All right, what's going on, guys? SteelTwins back at you with another video.
Yeah, man. Week 3 predictions. It's already week 3. Goddamn. Week 3 predictions, man. We want to welcome a special guest, our boy General Thomson, to the channel. As you guys know, man, he joined us last year, and he was actually the one that gave us the idea to bring on guests for the weekly predictions and everything. So, gotta give him a massive shout out, massive thank you for that. General Thomson, welcome back to the channel. How you doing, man?
Yeah, feels good. Feels good. It's very late out, but still good.
Yeah, it is pretty late. So,
The night
but
is
nonetheless, we're still gonna. Yeah, so we're still gonna get these predictions out, man. Week 3, we're gonna start with, of course, Thursday Night Football. We got the Titans and the Jags, man. I believe this is an AFC South rivalry. So, what's your prediction, man?
Yeah. I like these. I guess rivalries for Thursday night, being that it's the 100th season, but being that it's Titans Jaguars, um, the Jaguars haven't done much in improvement since their defense, and honestly, with Jalen Ramsey wanting out, I think that just sets the tone of how they're gonna, I guess, play. And the Titans just have been getting Jacksonville's number for like the past 2-3 years now. So I'm going to say the Titans win this 24-17.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to agree. I think I'm gonna go with Titans here. I believe Gardner Minshew was still gonna get the start here. He looked decent last week. He almost won him the game against Houston, but against the Titans, I'm not sure if that again. It's I mean the Texans are also a division rival, but I feel like the Titans, they're second. Yeah, exactly. So I think the Titans, the Titans secondary, I think is a little bit, or the secondary is a little bit more stacked than Houston. So I think it could definitely affect Minshew. Their defensive line, I still think could stop Fournette and everything. It all comes down to the offense. We know the Titans' offense can light up the field. Derrick Henry is really a changed man. Mariota got weapons all over the field. So I'm going to say the Titans here. I actually think this could be another low-scoring Thursday Night Football game. So I'm going to say, let's go 17-13.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Tennessee Titans right here. I feel like if they had Nick Foles, maybe they would stand a chance. I mean, considering Gardner Minshew's a rookie, I really can't trust him.
Right.
You really can't. So I'm gonna go with Tennessee. I'm gonna say 24-21.
Okay. Now we have Sunday games. We have the Bungholes versus the Bills. So what's your prediction, man?
But to say the Bungles versus the Bungles, I don't think that's how that works.
Right.
Practice squad. Is it sad that the Bills are the closest challenge to beating the Patriots for their division?
Quite. Yeah.
I just that division. I don't. And the Bengals. This is obviously clearly a win for the Bills. Because the Bengals are just straight garbage. And honestly, actually, if the Bengals even have a chance of winning, this is going to be their one game. But they just don't. Andy Dalton's really playing for his last, I guess, year for a contract because he's showing nothing. And honestly, I just think the Bills are going to just. They're at home, and they're gonna beat the Bengals. It's probably gonna be low scoring because both teams are garbage as crap.
Right.
So I'm gonna say it's gonna be 13-10. That's my.
Okay. Yeah. I agree. If there's one game the Bengals are gonna win, it's definitely this one. But I don't see it happening. I don't know how Mixon's injury is playing out. I'm not sure if he's going to be fully healthy in this one. I know he hasn't had a very spectacular or even decent first 2 weeks. Andy Dalton, he definitely had a good first 2 weeks of the season against the Bills. It's going to be a little bit of a tougher challenge with their secondary, with their defense, especially with that defensive line. Speaking of defensive line, man, I really like Josh Allen. I think he is really growing a lot, and I think he's only going to get better, but the Bengals' defensive line could really get to Josh Allen. He has no offensive line. The Bengals' defensive line is stacked. We all know it's, still.
And who else?
They got
Carlos Dunlap, Carl Lawson, guys like that.
Yeah, man. It's been pretty much their bright spot of their defense. So I can definitely see that getting to Allen, but I'm still gonna go with the Bills here. I'm gonna agree. This is gonna be low scoring. I'm gonna say 14-10. 14-13.
Yeah, I got the Bills here. I'm just gonna say 17-13.
Okay. Now we have the Lions at the Eagles, man. What's your prediction, man?
Is it sad to say that the Lions actually have a better record than the Eagles? It's sad.
Do
to
they
know
really?
that. I think the Eagles are
Do they
1-1.
really?
I think they lost to the
Technically,
Falcons, and then the Lions tied. So technically, I mean, yeah, I guess technically have the same record, but they don't.
but
'Cause
not
of the tie.
technically the tie puts them over. Yeah, exactly.
That's what I'm saying. They have a better record than the Eagles, I've ties are stupid. We can all agree, every single NFL fan can agree that ties are stupid. I don't understand why they have them, but I'm not in charge of that. That's for the owners is to do, like, with all the rules and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Eagles Lions. If the Lions somehow win in this, I'm gonna probably cry, but this should easily fall to the Eagles. Even though they did lose to the Falcons, but um, the Falcons are a better team anyway. So yeah, the Eagles should beat the Lions. I'm gonna say 24-10. I don't think the Lions are really gonna do much versus an Eagles team that wants to win after a loss in prime time.
Right. Yeah. This one's actually tough for me because seeing what the Falcons offense did against the Eagles, I can see the Lions offense striking. You know, seeing what they did against the Chargers, although the Chargers didn't have Derwin James and everything, they, in my opinion, surprisingly beat the Chargers. Kenny Galladay had a great game. Kerryon Johnson is definitely looking much better compared to his rookie year. So I can see them striking against the Eagles. I believe that game against the Chargers was in Detroit. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I think so.
So this is in Philly.
Yeah.
So because it's home field advantage, I just might have to go with the Eagles here. I don't know, man.
See, the thing is, the Lions always have the Eagles' number, whether if it's in Detroit or Philly. The Lions always have the Eagles' number.
Right. Technically, you make a point there.
I don't know about you, but I'm just gonna go with the Eagles. I'm gonna go with the home team. I'm gonna say 27-21.
Okay. Man, I honestly, I don't know. I
John the Dart.
It's bad. It's actually bad for the Eagles when I'm actually contemplating picking the Lions here. I know the Eagles can be a good team, but
Just flipping a
On
coin.
paper, they're a great.
yeah. So
On paper, they have a great team. It's just they're
Their
not
team
executing.
doesn't do
right.
anything.
Exactly.
That sounds very familiar.
Yeah, don't remind me. I'm just gonna go with the Eagles here. 24-20,
Okay.
I guess. And we have an absolute blowout. I don't need to ask you this question because we already know which answer is. We have the Jets at the Patriots. The floor is yours. Go ahead and speak your mind,
I
man.
mean, if the Jets had a healthy team, I would give it a closer game. Not a complete it wouldn't be. When I close, I mean, like, the Patriots are winning by 20. They're still. Yeah, if anything, Jets are probably gonna score like maybe a field goal, maybe a garbage time touchdown. It is a division game usually, and the Jets are better than the Dolphins, so I expect them to score something. But it's like, if I was gonna put down, I'd probably put down like 43-7. That's honestly the Patriots winning. There's no point.
Yeah. Yeah, the Jets are just. I mean, they're not terrible, but they're not good. They have Luke Falk starting up until Sam Darnold gets healthy.
It's
Trevor
mono.
Siemian is out for the year. Mono,
Freaking
yeah.
mono.
So
How do you?
they have
the
Luke
Jets,
Falk starting.
The only team to get mono, it's only team that would get mono would be the Jets.
It would be them. It's pretty convenient, honestly. Le'Veon Bell is still rusty. That's pretty clear. The Jets, I mean, I like Jamal Adams. I think they're getting C.J. Anderson back, but that's not going to do anything against
Anderson,
the Patriots.
C.J. Mosley.
Huh?
You said C.J. Anderson.
My bad. Yeah, C.J. Yeah, C.J. Mosley. Whatever.
It's one of them.
But yeah, that's not going to do anything in Foxborough against the Patriots. 55-0.
Patriots, no question. I'm just gonna say 42-3.
Okay. We have the Raiders at the
Frickin'
Vikings. Speaking of AB, right?
Freaking Raiders.
Raiders at the Vikings. What's your prediction, man?
The fact that Raiders are actually do better than us is also surprising. They're 1-1. This is and it's the freaking Raiders. I mean, the Vikings are gonna should win this. They're at home. I see this is hard because usually it's like an off game for Kirk Cousins, whether he does good or bad. But this is the Raiders, and even though the Raiders, the even though the Raiders somehow beat the Broncos, I guess it comes down to that they're the two different teams. B, the Broncos have like no wide receivers compared to the Vikings, who have two great wide receivers and a great tight end. So the offense should produce as long as um, Kirk Cousins gives the ball to his playmakers, and they should end up
Right.
producing. And at least they should win. I'm gonna say 27-13, because yeah,
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree. I have to go with the Vikings here. The Raiders. I mean, they lost Jonathan Abram for the year. I think that's definitely gonna hurt them. Kirk Cousins definitely sucks. I mean, we just saw last week what he really looks like against a pretty good defense in the Packers. Granted, I mean his receivers were dropping passes, but he was overthrowing it like every fucking buddy and
He was
shit.
just making stupid decisions overall,
Right.
especially the interception in the end zone.
Yeah. He had a few dots here and there, but I mean, Kirk Cousins sucks. Vikings. I mean, I would continue to give the ball off to Dalvin Cook. He's a changed man. He's just he's on fire right now. So continue to give him the ball. Um, yeah, I'm gonna go with the Vikings here. I'm gonna say, let's go with 27-14.
I'm gonna go with the Vikings here, but I actually do think this will be a pretty close game. I do feel like that the Raiders will give the Vikings a hell of a challenge. I really do, especially with how Josh Jacobs has been playing
Right.
and Tyrell Williams blowing off, being the number one and everything. So, but I'm gonna go with the Vikings. I'm actually going to say 28-24.
Okay, I can definitely see that. Now, arguably one of the best games coming up this week, we have the Ravens who are on fire versus, of course, the Chiefs who are on fire. What's your prediction, man?
yeah, unstoppable. What seems to be unstoppable Pat Mahomes versus I guess a new Lamar Jackson compared to last year's. Um, do then again, he's also did play terrible teams, so you can really say that. But
Right.
I think he's definitely going to struggle a little bit more here versus the Chiefs. But I want to say the Ravens actually win this game, and I know it's crazy because it's Chiefs and Pat Mahomes. I just think the Ravens defense will just edge it out a little bit more versus Pat Mahomes, and they're going to
Right.
win it. They're going to win it 30-27 by field goal, and Justin Tucker's going to
Okay.
do Justin Tucker things and
Right. I can totally
it.
see that.
I mean, you gotta think in Lamar Jackson's rookie year, they actually almost beat them. I believe that game was actually in Kansas City as well. So the Ravens have a legit shot.
Right.
They really do,
They're
especially with the hot streak they're showing already.
Right, and they have a much better team. Their backfield is great. Lamar Jackson is definitely better this year, and his connection with Marquise Brown is going to be dangerous as long as, or as well as
Mark Andrews.
Mark Andrews and everything. So
I think what's going to really
this-
pull in is the fact that there's no Tyreek Hill compared to last year's game where there was a Tyreek Hill.
right, but last week, and yes, it was I believe the Raiders. It was the Raiders, but it still showed Mahomes can move the ball around, spread the ball around, still make big plays, and the receivers can step up and everything. So, but the Ravens defense is definitely much better. I can totally see this can go either way, man. Really, it's gonna be a great game. Man, I gotta go with Mahomes here. I have to go with Mahomes. I think this can be a pretty high scoring game, very close. I can definitely see this coming down to a field goal, like you predicted. Maybe Justin Tucker, maybe Harrison Butker. Either way, man, this is going to be a close game, in my opinion. It's going to be very exciting. Probably one of the better games of the week. Probably the game of the week. Yeah, I'm going to go with the Chiefs here. I'm going to say 34-31.
I'm actually going to go with the Ravens on this one.
Really?
I really think the Ravens have a legit shot at beating them, and I do think that I do think that they will be able to beat them. I
Right.
really do. Considering last year they almost did. This year they only just got better.
Right.
So I'm gonna go with the Ravens. I'm going to say 34-27.
Okay. And like General Thompson said, maybe the loss of Tyreek Hill does come into effect. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
But we got the Falcons at the Colts. So what's your prediction, man?
Falcons, Colts. Both teams. The Colts, I guess, are surprising people after. I mean, sure they lost in overtime week 1, but they with that Colt comeback they did. And then like obviously beating the Titans. At least I think they both beat the Titans. I think. Pretty sure
I
that's
believe
what
they
happened.
did. Yeah.
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 So the Colts are turning heads even without Andrew Luck. I think they're still producing like they should, or like they are, like they would have done with Andrew Luck. Obviously, Jacoby Brissett
Mhm.
is a different quarterback. Um, and then versus I guess a Falcons team that's um much better from last year. They looked great this Sunday night versus the Eagles. Even though the Eagles are a little bit meh. This can go either way. Um, but I'm gonna trust the Colts at home because I feel like the Colts are gonna they play better at home, and I think the Falcons are just gonna stumble. I'm gonna say they Colts win 20-24.
Okay. Um. Yeah. The Colts are definitely showing a lot of heart after Andrew Luck's shocking and out of nowhere announcement. They are just showing that that's not affecting them. They arguably could be 2-0 right now. Both teams are 1-1. Um, this could go either way as well. This is another game where I honestly don't know who's gonna win. I can't really decide honestly. Both teams showed a lot of heart. Uh, again, this can go either way. Um, man, I don't know. I just don't know. Um, part of me wants to go with the Falcons here because I think their defense is a little better. Uh,
Hmm.
what are you thinking, man?
I'm thinking the Falcons.
Really?
Yeah, I'm thinking the Falcons. I mean, Brissett's showing a lot of heart so far. He's played great. He really has. I think he's opened a lot of eyes. I just I just don't know if that's going to continue against the Falcons. I really don't.
Right.
So I'm gonna go with the Falcons. I'm gonna say 21-17.
Okay. But I honestly don't know. I'm just gonna go with the Falcons here. That's a legit shot in the dark. I'm gonna go with the Falcons here. Let's say 26-23.
All right.
So now we got the Broncos at the Packers. I think we know who's winning this game, but what's your prediction, man?
It should be the Packers and it's probably going to be the Packers because Broncos have no one. I'm pretty sure that they have Von Miller, and that's about it. And he's gonna go and
And
he's gonna
Bradley Chubb.
rush. And oh yeah, they're gonna
Mhm.
and they're gonna probably run through that O line and try to get to that. But if Khalil Mack can't and his team can barely get to the Aaron Rodgers, and I know it was week 1 and everyone's old rusty and stuff, but if they can't do it, I
Right.
don't know how Von Miller will and Nick Chubb are gonna do it as well. And the Broncos offense just isn't producing what they should be producing. I mean, sure they have Joe Flacco who's completely garbage, and honestly, that was the stupidest move by John Elway. Was
Mhm.
honestly, I was like, if anything, he should be going out there himself and throwing these balls. I mean, honestly, maybe they'll actually
Right.
go to a Super Bowl again.
Uh huh.
But
Shit, if he did
uh,
play, it'd be a Super Bowl rematch.
Mhm. It would be.
it would be.
Just need to get Brett Favre out
I
there.
mean, it wouldn't be. It'd be a very interesting Super Bowl rematch. But I'd probably. I'm going to give it the Packers because the cheeseheads are just too strong. And I'm probably going to give it the
Yeah,
Packers.
man.
I'm going to say 30-15. Honestly, I just think
Yeah.
they go and they get the 2-point conversion, and then that's it. Really.
Right. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Packers here. I think it's a no-brainer here. The Broncos somehow almost beat the Bears, although the Bears' offense is complete garbage, and I don't know why. Is Trubisky that bad? Is he just dragging this Bears offense down?
He must be.
Is he that bad?
I suppose.
Well, when you compare it to the Packers offense with Aaron Rodgers and Aaron Jones, who they're finally starting to get involved, thank Christ. And I sat him on my bets in fantasy last week, although it didn't really affect me because I still won all my matchups. But still,
yeah, you jagoff.
well, now I'm going to start him this week in some form or fashion. My teams are stacked, so I'm starting Aaron Jones nonetheless. And the receivers are stepping up. Their defense is clearly much better than previous years. So, yeah, I'm going to go with the Packers here. I'm going to say 38 to... Let's say 38 to 16.
I'm going to say 35-14 Green Bay.
Okay.
Denver has no chance.
No, they don't. Not in Lambeau. So, now we have the... Oh, God.
We got the Miami Dolphins.
You Dolphins. You're like, yeah, no, just skip.
We got
skip. Just. What's
yeah,
the
they pretty much the Dolphins. The Dolphins face the Cowboys. I'm sure we already know your prediction,
the
but
versus bye week. All right. Yeah, let's just call it
pretty
Cowboys
much
versus bye week. Honestly, I feel like the Dolphins are gonna go 0-16. It makes sense for them to go 0-16. I would, if I was the Dolphins, go 0-16. I mean, thank you, Dolphins, for the trade. That was great. Love you.
Mm-hmm.
Good job. You're losing.
And, good luck this season.
You're losing 72-0. All right, let's just call it. And honestly, Dak Prescott's going to use all of his targets. He's going to pass everywhere. And even though Dak Prescott is a mediocre quarterback at best, he's going to use all of his targets, all his receivers. So I wouldn't, if I was a Dallas player, I would, or if I had any Dallas players on your team, I would probably, I guess, start them, especially like Zeke, or even Dak.
Totally.
Dak's going to get points. The defense probably is going to do well. You're just Dallas 72-0. That's
yeah.
It's a no-brainer.
Yeah,
I mean,
Dallas.
Jesus God, are you kidding me?
Yeah, Dallas 45-9.
Yeah, I mean, who the hell do they have replacing Minka Fitzpatrick now? Who you gonna have defend the deep ball against Amari Cooper and I think Michael Gallup's out, but still, I mean, their offense is stacked. Who the hell are you gonna have to stop Zeke?
Versus this team? They don't need him. They don't even need
Not
him.
at all.
They could start their third strings and still beat them.
Exactly. Start Devin Smith.
That's how sad this thing is.
Seriously, and I can see, and they're still starting Ryan Fitzpatrick. I mean, you're starting the wrong Fitzpatrick.
I would like to see Josh Rosen. See how maybe he can do something that we don't know. I mean, he's not going to do anything better than he may maybe not throw as many interceptions, but he may maybe have a good drive, but he's not going to do much of anything compared to
I mean
they still have a terrible team.
Yeah, but he can't be as bad as Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, I think he can move the ball a little bit more.
But yeah, Dallas.
He's younger,
Dallas
so
is winning.
Use his legs more and stuff. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. I'm gonna go Dallas here. This is a no-brainer, and I'm gonna go fucking 42 to 3.
Okay.
I mean, damn. We got the Giants at the Bucks. Really?
And Daniel Jones makes his first career start.
Yeah, he does against the Bucks. This is going to be interesting in some ways. So
I'm probably going to say he wins this. I think he ends up getting a win versus the Bucks. I think the Bucks. I didn't the Bucks beat the Panthers on Thursday night.
Last Thursday. Yeah.
I think that surprised a lot of people. But I think Daniel Jones is just I think it's his time. Just like I think a lot of young quarterbacks, they're starting to become their time. Because obviously Eli Manning, he's not like no Tom Brady where he can live and play forever. As much as people, and he obviously in recent years he's really been declining. If anything, I'd retire. He's had his good years. He's not as good as he used to be. It would be perfect time for him to retire, and it would give a good chance for Daniel Jones to show that he can do it. And I'm going to say the Giants win the game, their first win, even though it's not going to matter because they're still going to go 4-12. It's going to be the first. It's going to be their first win, and they're probably going to win this game 28-24.
Wow. Okay.
A close one.
Yeah. That's an interesting take. Uh, See, man. I mean, I know they're division rivals and everything, but the Bucks pretty much
They're
shut down
not.
Christian McCaffrey.
Oh, I thought
Um,
yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Like
the Bucks and the Panthers. They shut down Christian McCaffrey. Saquon Barkley is much different, honestly. Um, Barkley's gonna have another monstrous guy. I feel bad for him, man. He is just
he's on a
It's like he's
bad
being
team.
wasted.
He's like a AJ Green or a Larry Fitzgerald, where he's on a bad team, and he has so much potential to do so good, but because he's on a bad team, he's not being utilized in the way he should be.
right.
In that
Honestly,
sense.
in my opinion, in my opinion he's the modern day Barry Sanders. So I
Oh
know the
yeah.
Lions had a few shots to win the Super Bowl, but I mean, shit. I mean, Barry didn't have shit his entire career in Detroit, and it's pretty much a mirroring with Saquon Barkley now. Uh,
But for this game, Jones making his first start, but I think I'm gonna go with Tampa Bay though. Considering it's in Tampa Bay, I can't see Bruce Arians losing to a rookie quarterback, especially if it's his first start. I really can't. He's made a lot of upgrades in the coaching and on the team overall.
Mhm.
I'm gonna say the Bucks. I'm gonna say 23-20.
okay, I'm gonna go with the Bucks as well. I'm gonna say 21-17.
Okay.
So now we have the Panthers at the Cardinals.
Oh god.
Is Cam Newton? I heard he's injured.
I mean,
I don't know who's starting. Kyle Allen is his name. Correct me if I'm wrong. So
I don't
I mean,
know, honestly.
I think he's supposed to start if Newton can't go, which I assume he won't.
what's your prediction, man?
I see. Carolina. They have obviously the better team on the paper, easily than the Cardinals. But I feel like what's gonna happen, like the past 2 weeks, the Panthers gonna play great. Cardinals are gonna do bad. Halftime's gonna hit. It's gonna switch. The Cardinals are gonna pull a comeback. They're gonna lose still, but they're gonna lose by 3 points, 30-27. That's what's gonna happen.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that. Actually, you know what? I think I'm gonna go with the Cardinals here. Um, Kyler Murray's is actually been looking good the last 2 weeks. Larry Fitzgerald is just
He's telling Father Time, go fuck yourself.
pretty fucking much. I mean, this dude is still a beast. He is.
Give him
I
a
feel
ring.
bad
He
for having
deserves
him.
a ring. Like I
S- Honestly, seriously, like, and I have him on my fantasy bench. I feel bad that he's just riding my bench and shit. Like, I feel like I gotta play him somewhere, but I kind of can't. Um, but and if David Johnson can get going, I can see the Cardinals running away with this one. I mean, the Panthers, if they can utilize Christian McCaffrey as much as, I mean, he's played every single snap that the Panthers offense has done this all season. But if they can get him more involved or involved as possible as they can or as much as they can, maybe they got a shot. Maybe Luke Kuechly makes some plays against a rookie quarterback. But I'm gonna go with the Cardinals here. I'm gonna say, let's go 18-14.
Yeah,
I guess.
this is gonna be low scoring, obviously. But I'm gonna go with Arizona. If Newton was playing, I'd go with Carolina. But if he does play, I will go with Carolina. But if he's not, more than likely he won't.
I still don't trust Cam Newton. He's trash.
Yeah, you really can't.
He is
he's-
bona fide dumpster juice.
How do you win MVP?
He's overrated. To say
Very. I couldn't agree more.
He definitely is. Nonetheless, overall, I will go with Arizona. I'm going to say 20-17.
Okay. Now we have the Steelers at the Niners. Of course, John Thompson, you are a Steelers fan, so what shall be your prediction, man?
the must win is a must. There's no way to put this better than a must win. And at the beginning of the season, I said, "All right, this is probably going to be a trap game because San Fran was going to do good, or we were just going to play poorly." And as much as I want to say that, it's not really much more of a trap game when they're actually doing good.
Mm-hmm.
And
I mean,
being
they're 2-0.
that, yeah. But I don't think they're expecting. Honestly, the only reason why we're losing is because our schemes are garbage, coaching schemes are garbage, and our players can't tackle in the secondary. If our secondary could tackle, we'd probably be. I don't know if we'd really be 2-0. I think we'd be more 1-1. I think we still lose to New England. I don't think that changes anything. New England's unstoppable. Except for like
Yeah.
maybe the
In New
Chiefs.
England,
And New
yeah,
England's New England.
but nonetheless,
But yeah, so that's what I'm saying. More or less, we'd be 1-1. And Mason Rudolph had a great game versus Seattle, almost leading a comeback. So I can see him going off, and I'm gonna say What happens is the Niners are up 3 points late in the fourth. We hit the ball back about a minute 30 left, and Mason Rudolph goes down the field, scores a touchdown, and wins the game for us. Using all that
Hmm.
weapons, and I'm gonna say we win the game 30 to 26.
Interesting. I obviously hope that happens. That would be awesome, and that would really make a big case for Rudolph and what we hope would be our future. His first career start. Um, See, a part of me honestly seriously thinks the Steelers are going to win this. Like, I don't know what it is, but a part of me just thinks we're going to pull out the win. But on the other side of the coin, it is in the West Coast. We usually don't perform too well in the West Coast. And with Rudolph's first career start, that's added pressure, especially in an away game. I still don't trust our defense. I love the addition of Micah Fitzpatrick. I think that's really going to be a game changer. But I don't trust Keith Butler. I would not trust Keith Butler to even walk my fucking dog.
I
So,
think
I
I'd rather
mean,
honestly I'd rather be the defensive coordinator. I could do a better job using three players from the Madden playbook than Keith Butler is doing right now.
no,
yeah, seriously,
facts,
like
bro.
I wouldn't even trust Keith Butler to do my laundry. He probably put the reds with the whites, make all my shit pink.
That's so fucking true, man.
Freaking pink.
Right. Uh, I'm gonna go with the Niners here. I just think all the factors could eventually hit to Rudolph. It usually happens to every quarterback, but obviously I hope we get the win. I hope that your prediction, general, is completely true. But I'm just gonna go the safe route here. I'm gonna go with the Niners. I think this is a close one, 31-28. I think this offense gets moving. I think that Rudolph is the fire we need on offense right now. I can see Connor. I hope we start using the rushing game and Connor starts getting involved. Hopefully receivers get open. We start seeing James Washington involved with the offense a little bit. Receivers step up. But I
No
just
more
think the defense is
Moncrief talk. Stupid.
right,
Or concrete,
right.
Mr. Concrete Hand over here.
But I can still see the defense letting us down with Keith Butler still as our coordinator and calling the plays and shit. So I'm gonna go with Niners here, 31-28.
Um, I hope Pittsburgh gets the win. I really do. I hope Mason shuts the doubters off. But even in loss, I really do.
Yeah, which he still can.
But I'm going with San Francisco. With the points you made, I would have to agree with you. I do hope Steelers win, but I'm gonna go the safe route. I'm gonna say San Francisco. I'm going to say 27-24.
Okay, nonetheless, should be a pretty interesting game for a multitude of reasons, man. Next game, we have the Saints at the Seahawks. Two pretty interesting teams that are. I mean, Teddy Bridgewater is starting for the Saints now for the remainder for like what
6 weeks.
6 weeks.
6 weeks or
Drew
something
Brees
like that.
is not playing. Yeah,
Drew Brees
and when
won't
Teddy
play
Bridgewater,
for another 6-7 weeks, which isn't
yeah,
bad. I mean, bad for fantasy owners because obviously Drew Brees is a monster. But I
right.
mean, why do you Drew Brees?
I mean,
I'm just
it's a complete difference.
it really is because you looked how they play. Drew Brees, if Drew Brees was playing versus the Rams, that game could have went either way. But since Bridgewater came in, there was no offensive. It was like what we went last year when Dobbs came in. There was no flow whatsoever.
Exactly. Yep.
And so honestly, maybe now this week in practice, whenever they can work that out, I guess, because I guess they weren't preparing for. I think no one really prepares for a quarterback to get injured or a player to get injured. Obviously,
Right.
next man up in mentality, but the Seahawks, they're riding a 2-0 streak. Sure, versus our division. Matter of fact, after beating our division twice, us after beating us, they're riding a 2-0 streak. The Saints, they're coming off a loss to the Rams, looking maybe to pick up some. This should be a good game. I'm going to give it to the home team, the Seahawks, because I think the addition with Jahavian and Clowney is just he's gonna find a way to get to Bridgewater, and they're just gonna there's gonna be like no help for him as much, and yeah. So I'm gonna
Yeah.
say the Seahawks
Um.
win probably 30-24.
Okay. Yeah, I have to agree. I'm gonna go with Seahawks here. I was never high on Bridgewater, and I agree. They had no flow when Bridgewater came in last week against the Rams defense. Seahawks defense is definitely inferior in my opinion, but still, he clearly has weapons. Michael Thomas and Alvin Kamara. If he starts giving them the ball more, and if they can make plays, maybe they got a shot. But I just think Bridgewater's going to make mistakes. I think the Seahawks are going to pressure Bridgewater a lot. He's going to make mistakes, and I can see the Seahawks winning this game. Let's say 24-17.
Yeah, I got Seahawks. The loss of Drew Brees is definitely going to show. Is definitely going to hurt. I mean, he'll be back in time just for a playoff push, but for these 6 weeks, it's going to be a rough ride for Saints fans.
Absolutely.
It really is. I'm gonna go with Seattle. I'm going to say 24-17.
Okay, so next we have the Texans at the Chargers, which should be a pretty interesting one. What's your prediction, man?
Texas Chargers, significant, I guess, loss to players on both. Not really, I guess, lost to players, but more. Each teams have changed. Players aren't there anymore, or not there. Yeah, players aren't there, or players aren't playing at this moment in time, like Melvin Gordon. Um, sure, everybody's got next man up stuff, and the Texans have a really good front seven, or at least they had one. I don't know. They should still have a decent D line, with J.J. Watt, who's and he's still a elite pass rusher. At least I'd think he is.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
For sure.
do I think they're gonna win the game? I don't know. I think it more comes down to, can Deshaun Watson use his weapons, which we can see he can definitely use his weapons to go and score. And it really can come down to, can the Chargers defense stop him? I think it's going to be more of a Chargers defense versus Texans offense, because both the other teams' offense and defense aren't really good. They're more average. So I think it comes down to that. And usually when it comes down to offense versus defensive battles, defense usually wins. So I'm going to choose the Chargers defense over the Texans offense in a very, I guess, not high scoring, but I guess mid scoring would be like a 24-21 game.
Okay. Yeah, this should be an interesting one. Again, this could go either way. This is another game that could go either way. I think Deshaun Watson is really showing he's a really good quarterback. Is on almost, I don't want to say elite status, but he's definitely getting there. Carlos Hyde, honestly, I mean, he's blowing my mind this season. Stepping in for Lamar Miller and having 2 straight great games. He could possibly have another against the Chargers here.
But you gotta think, the goddamn, excuse me, the Chargers, after losing a game to the Lions of all freaking teams, they're definitely going to want to go back home and get a big win, especially against a team like the Texans,
Right.
who even after the losses of Clowney and everything, they're still showing that they can be an outstanding playoff contending team.
Right.
All right, so I'm gonna go with the Chargers at home. I'm going to say 30-23.
Okay. I think I'm gonna go with the Chargers here as well. I think they have a little bit more versatility, more weapons on offense to destroy the Texans defense here. I mean, again, it could go either way. This is another shot in the dark pick for me, but I'm gonna go with the Chargers here. I think this is a damn good game. Could be pretty high scoring. Both defenses could seriously have a strong showing though. So I mean, I'm gonna go 27-23. Chargers.
Okay.
So, and Sunday night, man, we have the Rams at the fucking Browns. What's your prediction, man?
If the Browns don't get exposed here, I don't know what would happen. I mean, the Browns they shouldn't. Not that they shouldn't. I guess it's good that they have a few prime time games here and there. It's good for the fans and whatnot. I don't know. They obviously don't. I don't know if they deserve it after all this hype and being exposed. I wouldn't think, but versus the Rams, if the Rams should come in and easily swarm. Aaron Donald should have at least like 5 sacks on Baker. Because that O line is
Mm-hmm.
terrible. Um,
Right.
and then the Rams secondary, I don't know who's on it from last year. I know that last year they had a very good secondary, at least I remember. Um,
Mm-hmm.
except for that one play in the playoffs we don't really talk about because it's controversial and yeah. Um,
Right.
but they should end up if the Rams should end up easily winning this. Not I guess not really easily because it's prime time, but they should. Someone's gonna lock down OBJ. Someone and then which then easily they just have to neutralize the rest of their weapons, which is the running backs and Landry and then Njoku and wherever else they have. And then you just gotta
Mm-hmm.
let the front seven go in and play, and you'll be getting punts back to you, which they should be okay with because they had a lot of experience with that last year. With um,
Right.
so I'm gonna say Rams win this 24-7. Yep, I'm saying
Okay.
Brown scored 1 touchdown.
Which I could see happening. Browns are not winning this game. Browns are totally going to get exposed. Baker Mayfield sucks against winning teams. I mean, they got blown out by the Titans, which, I mean, they are pretty much borderline 500. I mean,
Yeah.
Titans are a winning team, but not really, and they got blown out by them. They beat a bruised up and damaged and rusty Jets team. That is not impressive whatsoever, and that game sucked and shit. So,
And in that game, the Browns should have blown them out.
Right.
With the amount of talent and star power that they have, they should have blown them out, kind of like how the Patriots did against the Dolphins
Right,
and shit.
and let's
But
not-
they didn't.
and let's
They only
not-
scored 23 points.
right, and let's not forget, the Jets set their number one corner, Tremaine Johnson, for some fucking reason, and Odell had a hell of a game because of it. So, excuse me.
Because the Jets are stupid.
But yeah, I think they're trying to tank with the Dolphins. I mean, I don't fucking know, but yeah, I'm gonna go with the Rams here. The Browns are totally gonna get exposed. They're not gonna win this game. They are awful against 500 teams, and they're totally gonna get exposed on Sunday Night Football. And I'm actually glad it's on Sunday Night Football because hopefully it shuts up all the fucking Browns fans and shit. Oh, we're Super Bowl contenders. Oh, we're gonna win the division. Oh, we're playoff contenders. Oh, we're gonna be a fucking dynasty. Bitch, you guys fucking suck, okay? Under that fucking gold mine of a dream team you guys got, it's still a big steaming pile of wet doo-doo, alright? So, the Rams are gonna win this game 35-14.
Obviously, the Rams. Browns don't stand a chance. They don't. I mean, they couldn't beat Tennessee at home. What makes me want to think they can handle the Rams?
The fucking Rams, who offense is stacked and defense is definitely stacked. That defensive line's gonna eat.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Aaron Donald's going to have a career game. Tell me about
if
it.
Baker doesn't get, Baker's gonna get hurt. Like not hit. He's gonna hit so much that I wouldn't be surprised if he gets injured. And I don't want to obviously wish injury on anybody. That's obviously rude and bad. But
Right.
he's probably gonna get injured because that O line's gonna go in from every single angle and destroy.
Totally. I mean, the Browns' offensive line is trash.
It is. So, Rams 38-17.
Okay. So, and to close out Week 3, guys, we have Monday Night Football. A pretty boring one, I guess, I would say, because the Bears' offense just isn't striking for some reason. We got the Bears at the Redskins. What's your prediction, man?
Well, last week's game, Monday night game, or last week, yesterday's Monday night game was garbage. I feel like it's always Monday night and Tuesday and Thursday nights that are always bad games.
For some reason, but they're supposed to be prime time.
They're supposed to be prime
know.
time, but yet they make them so it's. I mean, I understand certain things. It's cool. But I'm just like I think they're trying to expect the Redskins to have all this hype, and
Right.
most of that hype went to the Browns, who are going to get exposed the night earlier.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I'm gonna say if the Bears don't win this, it's definitely because their offense is just terrible. I can't stress this enough. The Bears defense is probably arguably the number one defense in the league currently, but they have no offense to really score points off of. So that's why they can't do anything and win games. You can still have a good
Right.
defense, but if you can't have an offense that can score you points, there's no point in having a good defense.
Right.
So this, not really saying this is a toss-up, because the Redskins also have a terrible team on both sides. So more comes down to I guess more comes down to the Bears are going to win. It's just more, I guess it comes down to how many points the Bears are going to actually put up versus the Redskins. And
Mm-hmm.
I don't see much. I see more of a 13-7 game. I don't think it's going to be very high scoring. I think it's going to be very low scoring, and I think the Bears are going to win it by 6 points.
Yeah, I totally agree. I can totally see it. I don't know why the Bears' offense isn't striking. They have the weapons. They have a stacked offense, honestly. That the backfield is great. The receivers are pretty good. Is Trubisky just this bad? Like, I don't know how.
It's weird because we heard a lot of positive things about him being more of a leader and controlling the offense, but yet we see him on the field, he's not doing anything.
Yeah,
I mean, my God, the Bears almost lost to the Broncos.
the fucking Broncos. Joe Flacco.
Yeah,
Christ.
I mean, props to Trubisky to get him down the field, but
Yeah, that was a good drive. Exciting drive, too.
but I feel like the majority, the big thing that helped him was that ridiculous, roughing the passer thing.
Right.
But nonetheless, Trubisky's playing down, and if he can't do anything against the Redskins, I don't know if he can do anything for the rest of the year.
Exactly.
But nonetheless, I think the Bears are going to beat the Redskins. I can't see Keenum doing anything at all. So I'm gonna say the Bears. I'm gonna say
Haskins, he ends up throwing for like 300 yards or something, and like wins the game. Okay, do we know
Right.
who started?
yeah,
Right.
wouldn't that be some shit, really? But I'm gonna go with
mean,
the Bears. I'm gonna say,
I'd like to see Dwayne Haskins play. I think that'd be nice. Not versus the Bears, maybe
Yeah, I mean-
versus like the Giants or something. You start him,
Right.
yeah. I mean, the way I see it, if the Giants are gonna bench Eli Manning for Daniel Jones, I think the Redskins can do just about the same on Case Keenum for Dwayne Haskins. That's just me.
Maybe down the
I
line,
mean, then
though.
again,
But,
Case Keenum is not. It's not like Case Keenum's an Eli Manning. Case Keenum is probably a backup quarterback at best anyway. That's what he's made to be. He's like a Nick Foles or they're backups at best that are made to shine every once in a while when your starter gets injured. That's
Exactly.
really what.
Yeah.
Which is sad to say because
Yeah.
some of these quarterbacks I actually like Nick Foles and Case Keenum, because I think they're good quarterbacks. I just think they're just not ready to handle that starting position.
Exactly.
That's why they're gonna lose. Not, I mean, I was
Yeah,
saying why they're gonna lose. Their teams are terrible. If they were on better teams, maybe they'd better. But they have nothing better to do than, I guess, lose.
Right.
Yeah, pretty much. And that's going to be the case for the Redskins here against the Bears. I'm gonna say 21-6.
Bears 16-10. I don't think their offense strikes too much, like usual. Their defense is definitely going to hold them. But yeah, 16-10 Bears.
Okay.
So, anyway, guys, that is our predictions with Jalen Thompson, man. Again, massive shout out, massive thank you to Jalen Thompson for joining us for this week's predictions, man. Of course, as you guys know, he has the opportunity to win this Ernie Mills authentic signed Pittsburgh Steelers jersey at the end of the year and everything. Jalen Thompson, thanks for the idea again, for bringing guests on for the predictions and everything. Thanks for joining us this week, and excited to have you on later in the season, man. And of course, as usual, you are more than welcome to do the piece along with us. Let us know your guys' predictions for the week's games down below. Bob, go ahead and sign us out, man.
Like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you later.
Peace!